you find the right one for your needs. To see the most up-to-date prices and find out more information about these gaming mice, you can check out the links in the description below. Before we start, I have a question for you guys. Which mouse are you using right now, and what is your opinion on it? Let me know in the comments. Number 5. Glorious Model O, Best Wired Mouse. One of the most impressive gaming mice for large hands in the last few years has been the Glorious Model O. This is not a release from one of the big-name brands, but with its design, performance and value for the price, it has impressed everyone. If you want to talk about the Glorious Model O's shape, you'll see that it's rather safe with the ambidextrous design, not something pretty interesting or ergonomic, just the simple mouse shape with a gradual slope. The Glorious Model O is available in both black and white with glossy and matte finishes. All of the designs look pretty good, but I preferred the white matte version for better grip since I don't like glossy mice. The first impression when holding this mouse is it's pretty interesting because it's extremely light and it glides on my mouse pad. For switches, it's equipped with Omron switches, the most durable in the market, and provide a pretty satisfying click. To deliver the performance needed for gaming, it's equipped with a 3360 sensor, which is the industry gold standard these days. However, it is so flawlessly implemented here to deliver superior precision without any jittering or acceleration. Just a pure performance that's precise and just how you'd like it. Number 4. Razer DeathAdder V2, Best for the Money. The Razer DeathAdder V2 improves on everything we love about the DeathAdder Elite, itself one of the best gaming mice, and one that's been around since 2016 in various forms. But is the DeathAdder V2 with its improved optical sensor, more durable left and right mouse buttons and a smoother scroll wheel one of the best mice money can buy? Yes. The left and right mouse buttons are more durable than the Elite too. They're optical rather than mechanical. They use an infrared light beam to register clicks, which means they should deliver fewer misclicks, lower latency, and have a longer life. Razer reckons they'll last 70 million clicks rather than the 50 million for the DeathAdder Elite. The DeathAdder Elite has segmented thumb rests on either side of the mouse, with edges that clearly separate them from the rest of the side panel. On the V2, there's less separation, and with raised pimpled portions on the panel instead. They're still grippy, but it looks much slicker. Without seams to separate them, dirt buildup is less of a concern too. If you want the absolute best version of Razer's most reliable wired mouse, this is it. But if you want to save a bit of cash, you still can't go wrong with the older model. Number 3. Logitech G Pro X Superlight, Best Lightweight Mouse. The Logitech G Pro X Superlight is an excellent gaming mouse, versatile enough for office use. Even though it doesn't have a honeycomb design, it's still among the lightest mice we've ever tested, which is especially impressive considering it's wireless. It offers amazing performance, whether used wired or wirelessly, with a very low click latency and a high polling rate, and its CPI can be customized precisely by increments of 50. All of its buttons can be reprogrammed, and you can also set a G-Shift button to give you a second layer of controls, but this may not be enough buttons for some MMO gamers. The G Pro X Superlight uses Logitech's G-Hub software. With that app, you can see the approximate length of time remaining before the mouse will need to be recharged and how much energy it's currently drawing. Unlike many other companies, Logitech represents this charge level with an actual percentage rather than an ambiguous battery icon that offers very little information. Logitech took one of the best mice on the market and made it more appealing to people who want the lightest, most responsive mouse possible. Essentially, anyone who's been waiting for a lighter take on the G Pro wireless will find what they want in the Superlight. Number 2. Razer Viper Ultimate Hyperspeed, Best Runner-Up. This mouse might be a little expensive, but it is a high-performance wireless package that'll deliver a lot for its price. It has a battery life that lasts quite some time, it's pretty light as a package, and comes with an impressive sensor. The company has put a lot of effort into making the Razer Viper Ultimate the best high-performance esports wireless gaming mouse, and it's done quite a job. Its biggest trick here is the hyperspeed technology. This technology is very different from Bluetooth that's used in the majority of wireless peripherals, and it comes at a 25% better performance than other wireless technologies. This mouse boasts an excellent polling rate of 998 Hz consistently, meaning you won't have to sacrifice any performance by cutting the wire. The Razer Viper Ultimate also is packed with a superb Focus Plus optical sensor that has the highest DPI sensitivity available right now, featuring a DPI of 20,000, establishing itself as the penultimate most sensitive gaming mouse in the market. If you want a wireless mouse that can handle your professional gaming sessions without any interruption or drop in performance, look no further, as the Razer Viper Ultimate is your best bet. Number 1. BenQ Zowie FK2B. Best overall. The FK2 is the smallest of the FK family, with the FK1 being the medium-sized one and the FK1 Plus being the largest specimen. This line is known for its safe ambidextrous shape, and luckily Zowie hasn't changed anything here. The rather flat design with minimal curvature is still in place, and I don't think anyone will complain about that at all. The FK2 might be the smallest mouse of the bunch, but I wouldn't necessarily call it small mouse. It's rather long, as I'd personally classify it as being a medium-sized one, but of course you can judge this for yourself by looking at the dimensions. One of the eye-catching new features with this release is the inclusion of the 3360 sensor. The old FK came with the inclusion of the 3310, which works perfectly fine, as is evidenced by the amount of analysed professionals that are still using a mouse with a 3310. But in theory, it isn't a flawless sensor because it is possible to make that one spin out under specific circumstances. The 3360 does not have that problem and has a flawless sensor in every way, so this is without a doubt a net upgrade on the old version of the FK. Nevertheless, this update reinforces the FK's position as one of the better shooter mice out there, and you can't go wrong with this one if you're after a flat ambidextrous shape. Polling rate. A key spec you'll see reported for mice is the polling rate. This is a figure measured in hertz that shows how many times each second that mouse reports its position to the computer. A higher number means greater accuracy and smoother movement, at least in theory. The leap from 500 Hz to 1000 may sound large, but in reality it's a move from 2 milliseconds to 1 millisecond. It's unlikely your eyes will even notice. Wired or wireless? In the last few years, wireless peripherals have risen in prominence, and they are a convenient choice for gamers these days. I've even started using them casually, and they feel pretty good. However, a lot of gamers swear that they'll never replace a wired mouse with a wireless one due to reliability. I know a lot of gamers are afraid about input lag, battery life, and other issues that may occur in wireless mice, but I have to say that they are the future. While the market today is still predominant with wired models, in a few years we'll see them become more rare. Playstyles. The gaming mouse requirements depend on the type of game that you play. Consequently, the game that you intend to play will determine the features that you consider the most important for your gaming mouse. For example, RTS and MMO gamers will require additional buttons that can be assigned to alternative functions and macros, compared to FPS gamers who focus on accuracy and quick tracking. Ergonomics. Ergonomic mice are designed to fit in your hand in a more natural way, reducing strain on your fingers and wrists. They also tend to have extra buttons within easy reach of your digits. How comfortable they are depends on many conditions, including the kind of grip you prefer. Some users like to hold their hand flatly, while others prefer a more claw-like grip. Size is obviously then a factor when it comes to comfort. Also, while many mice come in both right and left-handed versions, not all do.